All right, let's talk about the iPhone 17, the base model, which I thought was probably, but I was kind of the most impressed. Oh, actually, I don't know, not the most impressed, but I was impressed by this one too. This one
Hmm.
had a lot of surprising things. So starting with the display, which is 6.3 inches. It's got thinner bezels, and it's like the prior iPhone 16 Pro,
Hmm.
but it is now 120 megahertz, right? Which people had complained about forever, that the basic
Right.
iPhone only had a 60 hertz screen, and now it's like it's bumped way up. And the screen now gets ProMotion. It's always on. It goes up to 3,000 nits. It looked, kind of amazing. Pretty big bump, I thought, in specs from the previous generation. It also has a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, just like the 16 Pro, and the same center stage front camera, just like the rest of the lineup. Also,
Hmm.
Ceramic Shield 2, and it has now 5 extra hours of battery life from the previous model. So they've also bumped up the battery life, and 50% faster wired charging, which I guess is pretty good. Like you can go to from 0 to 50% in, what was it, 20 minutes?
Something insane like that. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty quick. So if you need to top it up real quick, plug it into a wire. Don't use the wireless charging. And the same price, 799 for 250, starting at
Hmm.
256 gigabytes. And I think if you look at the whole overall package, this is a fucking crazy good deal.
They made the least headlines, but honestly, this is going to be the sleeper hit of the lineup. This is
Yeah,
an insane value.
I think so. True enough. Yeah, I know. No, almost no drawbacks, and totally blows away if you compare it to the new Samsungs, or other Android phones. I mean, it's got way better specs,
Hmm.
and of course you've got all the Apple advantages, the Apple ecosystem, the Apple software. Yeah, it looks like a really fabulous handset. And this,
Hmm.
this is another one that threw me through a loop. Like, maybe I should go just for a regular iPhone this year and not get a Pro model for the first time ever, or the Air. I'm actually really tempted by this one as well. So now it's a three-way race. I have absolutely no idea what to get at all.
Just buy them all. See which one you like. Pretend you're
Yeah,
pretend you're trying out shoes from Zappos or something.
and send back.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of them, keep one. Although I did do that in the past once actually, and I ended up with two phones. So I ended up keeping both of them, and then one of
Yeah,
them I
you,
never
you
used.
got to beware the 2 week window.
Hmm.
Right, true enough, true enough. Yeah, it looks like a really really good. This is going to be the sleeper hit, I think. And do you know what the numbers are that in terms of sales, like how
No.
many?
Apple stopped breaking out those numbers years ago. Sadly, we don't really know, but it's the regular like 17, the entry level iPhone that they continue selling for years afterwards at lower prices. They discontinue the Pros after a year. They'll probably do that with the Air as well, but like the iPhone 16 entry level model is still for sale today at a lower price, and the 17 is going to be that same way too. So this is the one that people walk into an AT&T store and say, give me an iPhone. This is the one they'll probably be given, and honestly they'll get a really great iPhone because like the biggest downside before was the lack of promotion and always on, and now you have that too. 3,000 nits outdoors, that's a big change that all of the phones get this year. That's huge. You'll be able to see your phone like perfectly clear on the brightest summer day for about a minute before it dims it again because it gets too hot.
But
But
it's also got anti-reflective coating now, right? Too, like across the board. So that was also, I
yeah.
think, getting a lot of praise. The anti-reflective coating is actually really pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah, they kind of brushed past that. I think it was only like Kyan Drance who mentioned it like once in the whole event, but I'm excited to see how that works out because that'll be a huge improvement because the phone won't have to get as bright for you to see it legibly if it's not so reflective. So
Right.
that could be a big thing. And if you don't like the look of the giant plateau, well, the iPhone 17 doesn't have it. It's just the two cameras on that edge. So
Yeah,
there you go.
and what are you really losing? You're losing the zoom, and you have a slightly inferior chip, A19 rather than A19 Pro.
Yeah, which is basically an A19 Pro, except it's binned a little bit. Like, really not a very big difference this year between the two chips.
Yeah, so very it's Apple did this a lot with a lot of their lineups of just making the entry level thing almost as good as the most expensive thing. It's kind of shocking.
Hmm.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, all the recent entry level products I've been really impressed by. iPad, Apple Watch SE is a pretty amazing value. Yeah, they offer great value. I think at the low end. I mean, really good. They're not really, on this one especially. It's not. There's no massive drawback, is there, that would really put you off?
In terms of colors, we have black, white, green, blue, and purple. They're a little more muted than the previous year, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I was a little. I was surprised there wasn't something as cool as the ultramarine last year.
Yeah, the colors I think are a little bit of a step down. There's no pink, but there is purple, which is a pretty good color.
The green is like mint green or sage green or something.
Do you know anyone who's got a green phone? Kermit the Frog.
I wouldn't be opposed to a green phone.
And the image they have on the website, that looks like marijuana.
Where?
If you look on Apple's website for the iPhone 17, they have a big picture.
Oh yeah, it is kind of like floral in the middle, isn't it?
It's more than floral. It's marijuana. That's totally a cannabis leaf reflected. This is the stoner crowd they're going for sure.
Oh, come on. Oh, I see it. It just flashed across my screen.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's a good looking phone though, isn't it? I love that camera array. The two cameras, the one on top of each other.
Yeah, it's got the camera control, which maybe with another year I can figure out how to use.
I actually heard that when you're setting up a brand new phone now, it's already like this even in iOS 18. When you're setting up a brand new phone, there's a new setup screen that asks you about the camera control and asks you how you want to use it. And the default option is to just use it as a button without any of the swipey or clicky or half pressy fancy gestures.
Yeah. That's the worst thing about it. I mean, as a button, it works great, but if you half press it and you get into that horrible hell of all the settings, it's a nightmare because then I can never figure out how to get out of it without quitting the app.
Yeah. So apparently Apple's like walking it back in software. We'll see if their hardware is like years designed in advance. So we'll see if maybe the iPhone 18 or 19 actually change how the physical button works, but they're already sort of toning it down.
Yeah, and someone pointed out that they didn't mention camera control once, I don't think, during the whole keynote, did they? And they weren't even using it when they showed people taking pictures with their new phones. They were using the on-screen button, not the hardware button.
Wow.
Yeah, these look awesome. I think these look really good. It's what a great lineup of products, phones this year. And I saw some on Twitter, completely unverified, of course, but people were saying that pre-orders were 3 times, or interest, or I can't remember what they meant. It could be pre-orders because they haven't gone live yet, but the interest, something in China was like 3 times they were for last year's iPhone 16 lineup.
I think I saw that same tweet.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that the market in China is very heavy on having something that looks new, having a new design. Barring the regular iPhone 17, the Pros and the Airs both are easily identifiable as, oh, you have the new iPhone, and I can bet that could be a big reason why. Honestly, after years of having pretty similar looking phones, it sounds like the next few years are going to be a few years of dramatically new things in a row. There's this year, next year they'll have the folding phone. The year after that, supposedly the Pro phones are going to have this edge to edge glass that'll wrap around a little bit. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good point. Like you said, the new design is definitely driving a lot of interest.